Hey guys, it's Heidi. Welcome back to my channel. Uh, I've been thinking about starting to teach first aid again because my car is buggered. I can't do anything about it right now, so it's going to take a while before that car gets fixed. Probably the next 3 or 4 months. So my car's not leaving this town. I don't mind driving around the village here because I know if something goes wrong, I'm close to home. And yeah, so I cannot go out on the road. So I thought, well, what do I do sitting at the house? I've got my art, I can paint, I can make jewelry and what have you. And one of the things that I'm actually quite passionate about, because the question came up, what is it that I am passionate about? And one of the things that I really thoroughly enjoyed doing was teaching first aid. Because to me, it is like, you know what, somebody's injured, they're not breathing, their heart's not going. You can at least keep the heart going and the lungs going until medical assistance arrives. Um, or if there's a car accident or somebody came off the bike or something, the possible neck, spine injury. Um, not to turn the person and to keep them still. If you know how to put the collar on, make a collar and put one on. You make one out of newspaper, whatever you've got, whatever's available. And yeah, I used to thoroughly enjoy teaching this because I knew this could possibly save somebody's life. And I stopped teaching because our mother company fell apart and lost the accreditation. So I thought, well, it's pointless me teaching if I can't give certificates that are accredited. And then I've been thinking about this and I'm thinking, you know what? There's a lot of people that they insist on qualifications and certification that's got credits to it, that's valid, that's recognized by government, that's recognized by this company and that company and the next company, because somebody could possibly sue you and what have you, what have you, what have you. And I'm thinking that, you know what happens when your child in front of you is choking and you don't know what to do? What happens when your loved one decides, okay, the heart's stopping now? You're going to just say, well, I don't have any certificates or valid certificate to say that I can keep the lungs and heart going until medical assistance pitch up. Um, yeah, I kind of find it strange because I'm pretty sure the person whose heart is stopped is going to be quite happy for you to at least try and keep their heart going and their lungs going until medical assistance arrives. Now, that being said, um, I also believe that when your time is there, your time is there, no matter how much effort you put into it. Person's gone to heaven, that's it. You can do nothing about it. You can do whatever you want to, but it's going to be pretty pointless. It's the same with my husband. When he went home to be with the Lord, um, yes, I did CPR on him with the neighbor across the way that helped me. And when I looked into my husband's eyes, I knew his spirit had already left the body. So, for the sake of his son, I just carried on doing CPR, knowing that my efforts are not going to do any good. Um, but sometimes you can actually do something and save the person's life. And then you'll get a handful of people that will insist on accredited certificates. You've got to have this. I found it very fascinating because when I was still teaching for St. John's, I got all my training through St. John Ambulance a number of years ago. And I used to ask a question to my students just to suss them out to see what is it that where are they? Okay. And I used to ask them, I said, okay, you the casualty, you the injured party, right? And you've got a choice of other a first aider that has just completed a level 3 course, passed top of the class in the 90s, and 90% pass rate, past that. Um, there's another person that attended a couple of first aid courses over the years and hasn't completed a course in the last 3 or 4 years. And then there's an old gentleman that works at the company, and he's the first aider there. He fixes people up if they've got a cut on their hand. He'll fix them if they break their legs. He'll splint it. You know, if they're choking or whatever, he deals with it. But this gentleman has been doing this for the last 30 years. That's what he does, day in and day out. He's there to help the people. But this gentleman has never been in a first aid class. And to top it all off, this gentleman cannot even read and write. Which of those three would you want working on you? And a lot of people would, and I'll just tell them, right, give them paper and say, no, write down number one, number two, or number three. And a lot of people would say the person that just finished the level 3 first aid class because they're up to date and they accredited and nobody ever picked the one that did first aid a couple of years ago, and nobody ever picked that person. And nobody, or very few, I would say, very few, would pick the old gentleman. And I would ask him, okay, show me this. And I'd ask the people that picked the guy that did level 3, why did you choose that one? No, because it's recent and it's up to date and they got the credits and whatever. Okay, fair enough. And then the one or two that actually did choose the old gentleman, I said to them, why did you choose the old gentleman? He cannot read and write. He's never been in a first aid class. They said, no, but he's got the practical side of it. He's been doing this for years. He knows what he is doing. He knows what works, what doesn't work. Now, yeah, so I've actually been wanting to start teaching first aid again. But unfortunately, because um, the certificates are not accredited, you only get a certificate of attendance or one of successful completion and found competent. Um, but it's not accredited with any company or whatever, not recognized by government, not recognized by this company or that company or whatever. I'm finding it very difficult to find people that actually want to learn this stuff. And bearing in mind, just to give you an idea, the CPR course, which takes on a one-on-one person, it takes about 2 hours to teach, right? To teach the different things between angina, heart attack, and cardiac arrest, the difference between each of them, and what you need to actually do for angina, for heart attack, and for cardiac arrest, because what you do for each of those is different, right? You must be able to, for me, it is important that you need to recognize what is going on with this person and what actually needs to be done, right? Yeah. And for me, I want to teach this and charge the people 250 Rand a person. You'll get your certificate of attendance or successful completion. You get your resusci aid, your mouthpiece. You get your gloves. You get your booklet. And of course, you get practice. And then, of course, you come back in the next year, every 3 to 6 months, for a free refresher course. And people are just like, no. And it's like 250 Rand a person. You go to an accredited company, okay, granted, an accredited company, you got to go spend all day there, or half a day, however long it takes. And you're paying anything between 450 and 800 Rand for the same thing. I don't get it. But anyway, so but I'm still gonna put it out there and still see if anybody's actually interested in doing this. What do you guys think? This I'm very curious to know what what are your thoughts on this? Would you attend a class knowing that okay, you get the skill, you get the knowledge, and you'll get a certificate saying that you're in the class and you know what you're doing? Um, but the certificate has got no credits. Or would you rather pay that extra and get the certificate that's got credits? The only reason I haven't, I've tried to get my own accreditation, I really have. And the amount of paperwork is unreal. I've got to actually find somebody that knows their way around all this paperwork and actually knows what the people are actually asking. Because, yeah, anyway. Um, yeah, it definitely will be worth my while to do that. Um, it really would be worth my while. But yeah, I've got to find somebody that loves paperwork because I don't love paperwork. Anyway, I'll do the necessary stuff and that's it. Anyway, guys, lots of love. I've been waffling for 12 minutes almost. Okay, guys, lots and lots of love. Subscribers, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. Lots of love. Bye.